And I'm back. Yo, man. Welcome back. It's time to talk more music. And I figure some of you, depending on how you feel about what you're watching on your television screen here as far as the election goes, you may just want to break from that monotony. I don't want you to go off the deep end for no reason. No matter who wins the presidential seat, you still have to get out here and be the best possible human you can be. And I hope you all feel that way, and you just remain safe. I know difficult to say. It's just an election, but in the grand scheme of your life, you have a lot more to do. I will say ABC News is sending some of the craziest strays I've seen. Um, what I've learned tonight is one, they think that white women are the vote, that it was the vote. So we'll see. We'll see if all this internet content, all these viral clips, if it really translates to the polls. We'll see. And them throwing out the graph about whites with no education, whites with no college degree, and how they were voting. That's wild. That's crazy. I've never seen that before in my life. That's just a funny graph to have. Catching strays through statistics is crazy. But we're going to talk music, man. I am back. Again, made in the 1980s. Made in the 1980s. Make sure you get your hoodie, your crew, your long sleeve tee, your tee. Whatever it is. I hope you got it. I hope you get it. There are low stock and some sold out items of some of the merch, and I do apologize for that. Got an email about back orders and things of that nature, and hopefully they resolve it. And hey, listen, I ordered something to just have to show you guys just on a live or on another video, and even I'm not getting my orders. I'm also on back order, but they do got the cream hoodie, and you're gonna get the one that's either plain Jane or the one that says "Camp from the Port" on it. So I hope you check that out along with checking out the actual show. Check out the show on Fridays at 5:15 a.m. Saturday mornings on YouTube, directly on YouTube, 8:15 a.m. So now that we got the shameless plugging out the way, or wait, or have I? Have I? Let me see here. No, that's it. Campfromtheport.store. That's where you can get all the merch. I did not say that earlier. I apologize. And get somebody in the 1980s. Get a Cam quote. You know what I'm saying? Get the good morning. Thank God we made it. Get that on your chest and walk with it proudly every day. Let's talk R&B, man. I've given you a lot of hip hop, give you a lot of rap thoughts and opinions, but very few people do I kind of stop my listening rotation for, unless I really either adore their brand, their likeness, and their music, or if I'm just curious alone off of just the cover or the title, like what they have to say. So, needless to say, I had in my mind an album I was going to listen to that I did not get to because I saw that Jacquees put out a new album. Now, Jacquees is a very interesting talent, man. He's a very interesting talent. What was it, earlier this decade and maybe into last decade? Yeah, it had to be last decade because I was working for Live Nation at the time. Yes. So last decade, Jacquees ruffled a lot of feathers when he called himself the king of R&B for his generation. Now, of course, the internet don't have time for your fine print. They don't have time for your footnote. So they just said, yo, who is this little MF named Jacquees that think he's the king of R&B? And not only did just listeners of certain demos get mad, but like Keith Sweat got mad, you know. Then people attacked him and told him he'd never be R. Kelly. And then and so much backlash, so much just a resistance for that, you know. And then, you know, everybody, oh, Chris Brown better than you, Trey Songz better than you. You know, they threw out just name after name after name, and then a lot of people just came out of nowhere from the shadows, and they're like, "Yo, I'm way nicer than Jacquees." And excuse me, at that time, he's mostly doing covers. You know what I'm saying? Like he might take your favorite Chris Brown record or your favorite, you know, Mary J. Blige or TLC record. Like he was taking, he took the LMA joint, or did a remix to it, I believe. So, you know, he hadn't really created one of his own hits, but he was talking his talk, and I admire that from anybody who just believes in themselves and their ability that much. Because who am I to tell them no? Right? That's why we all love Kanye West, right? Because even when people told him he couldn't, he did it. You know, and that's why we love Jamie Foxx and so many other people in the music industry. The more they speak highly of themselves, we become intrigued or we become very upset. You got to pick what side of the fence that you're on. Just like when T.I. was calling himself the king of the South. You know, some people agreed, some people just let it rock, and some people were highly upset. That's how it was for Jacquees when he said he was the king of R&B for his generation. But then Bed comes out, um, where he and he flips the Avant joint, and he takes the hot lines, makes it a hot song. He takes the hot bridge and make it a hot song, and he's seemingly off to the races. Um, there is a lot of discussion about Jacquees outside of going viral. Like, you know, he's a shorter male. You know, I know for a while people were just saying that, you know, they couldn't take him seriously because of the you know what I'm saying, when he was doing all of that. And I think through all of that, he is he's begin to grow and blossom as an artist. I dare I say he's kind of defeated all of those odds, and he's just grown up because now young man is 30 years old, you know. So you think about that. So even 10 years ago, he would have been 20. So you know, you call the guy in his early 20s trying to make a name for himself, trying to get his name and likeness out there, trying to get himself in the conversation amongst the Chris Browns and the Trey Songs and the Ty Dolla Signs and Jeremiah's and what have you. You know what I'm saying? And Vito's, of course. And but now he's seemingly all grown up. Even though I can't say that I've actually heard a bad album from Jacquees. I believe, I mean, where some people may think that he is by some instance a one-hit wonder, I think totally opposite. I think that many of you just didn't listen to 4275, you know, because I would say he's been on a very consistent path of who he wants to be in music. And in a world today where we have a lot of artists that are just kind of like showing up and figuring it out, or using music as just their vehicle to get to the next stop or to the next opportunity. I gotta say, man, I gotta applaud Jacquees for just being the guy that really wants to be in the music game and create R&B music. And that's exactly what he did. And dare I say, at a pretty high level on this baby making album. Yeah, we don't have to spend too much time. Like, this is I gotta admit, this is pretty dope. This is pretty fire. Yo, hey, my man TJ, what up? Yeah. Hey, the Jacquees baby making album is fire. Now look, it's only 10 tracks. It's a little over 30 minutes. But man, when I tell you this joint rides, it really rides. Track 1 to track 10. And there's some pros and some cons. So we'll talk about it because oh, excuse me. Sorry, y'all. We'll talk about it because I think it's important to talk about artists like Jacquees and exactly how they navigate through the game. Um, when you are not regarded as a great singer, like vocally, you're not seen as being that great or elite. It is hard to get noticed. And a lot of times we will see people that may not have the greatest voice, but because of what they're singing, that matters more. You either got to have the fire voice or the fire lyrics. I'm going to say that if I had to pick Jacquees' fire, it would be the fire lyrics, but it's not quite where it's going to be. I think there's a level of achievement above this. Shout out to Doe. Shout out to one of my main writers in the beginning, uh, Forte Bowie. I'm sorry. If I said that super proper or incorrect, my apologies to that brother. That is my bad. Um, but yeah, hey, and a TJ, hey, look, I'm glad you brought up Bobby V. Even though I think Bobby V is a dope singer, I actually, and I just listened to his live album. He recorded a live album from City City Winery in Atlanta. It's ended up being a good it's a good audio. I didn't see the actual show. The Hey, shout out to Wang. He on here. The hell with Jacquees. Okay, so yeah, let's talk about it. I'm sorry. Let's get back to the album. I enjoyed this though. I enjoyed this. Man, so I know vocally, Jacquees may not be the greatest. But I'm gonna say for this album, for the most part, the content makes up for the lack of vocal power. You know, there are anomalies in the music game to where the if you say the right thing, it don't matter what voice you have, it's gonna hit. You know, I think about a Keith Sweat when we talk like that. I think of a Slim from 112 when we talk like that. I think of what's dude that used to sing the No Limit joints, that Moby Dick. I I don't know. I don't remember. But like, look, the point I'm making here is, you know, Jacquees, this is not going to be a vocal exercise of his greatness. It's not. It's not. But I also don't believe that the people that listen to Jacquees are necessarily going for that. I think that he carries he carries a good tone with a unique sound, a unique voice. I'm not I'm not hey y'all comments is making me laugh. Hold on. I'm not the greatest fan of him vocally, but I must say the lyrics, he has they catching up. They catching up. He's not quite on the level of, like, again, like a Keith Sweat. He's not writing that his pen is not at that level yet. His pen ain't jamming Lewis level yet. Tim and Bob, Brian Michael Cox, like there's not he hasn't hit that realm yet. But I love the effort. I love that he's trying. You know what I'm saying? Even though Wank is super cool, my man Philip Banks said This Mark voice irritates me. He is like listening to West Side Gun off Griselda. Hey, well, dang, that's gonna sound crazy because I love West Side Gun. Hey, but man, enough of this. Hey, listen, let's talk about the album itself. Baby Making, right? Baby Making. First track off the rip, Touchdown. And honestly, I like it. Um, I just think it's a very smooth opening, smooth bop to get the kind of set you for the tone for what you're about to hear the rest of the album. Like this album is literally about intercourse, you know. Um, it's like it's intercourse here, intercourse there, intercourse with no protection, intercourse after work on your lunch break. It's just about get knocked down. And Touchdown, opening song on the album, it really speaks to that. Drip, which is my personal favorite joint on the album. It's kind of reminiscent of Blackstreet's Deep. It's different tempo, but like the kind of the formatting of the hook and the song, I can tell they pulled a little bit from that. That's what I heard in my mind once it was playing. Um, Another one of my favorite tracks on there is a joint called "Sex Like This." You know what I'm saying? And again, it's one of those songs where hold on. It's one of those songs where um great concept, great overall performing of it from both a production and a just vocal cadence wise, but the lyrics, I just wish the lyrics were a little bit stronger. Damn, you talking about no wait, hey yo, hey, hold on, fam. Hold on, fam. Nah, he ain't rapping about catching AIDS. Oh my god, bro. Hey, yo, Banks is a fool. Banks is a fool for that. Oh man, and that is too funny. That mug said, "You thinking about catching AIDS?" Oh man! Oh, my cousin even did. What up? Where is here? She said, "How many times per song did he on there?" So, hey, look. I'm glad I'm doing this album now because I won't lie. I think y'all need to listen to this. At least a couple joints off of this. I'm gonna just give y'all my favorites, and then you can decide if you want to hear the whole project or not. Again, it's only 10 songs, it's 30 something minutes, like 32 minutes and some change. Look, Drip, Sex Like This, Baby Making, Sunrise Service. And there's also like a little two-in-one song. I thought it was like an interlude at first, but it's the You Get It and Can't Hold It. That joint, listen, it's some fire on here though. Like, again, he ain't about to he not about to hit you with that with Trey Songz, level of vocal ability. And some people don't think Trey Songz is the best vocalist. I remember a young lady telling me, I am so sick and tired of Trey and all that damn yodeling. She literally summed up his singing to yodeling. Um, Only recently have people really started respecting Chris Brown for his vocal performance, like as an actual singer and a voice. So so I say that to say again, you won't catch the second coming of Luther on here. You know what I'm saying? Hey, shoot, you're not even getting David Ruffin. You're see, it might sound disrespectful if I say this person, but all I'm saying here is I don't think Jacquees is the best singer, but he definitely is officially better than the worst singer. You know what I'm saying? That's what I can definitely say. I think, and I also think that he would actually sound like this album live, and I would give him points just for that alone. the fact that if he literally just sounded like the album, if I went to go hear him live, he's got all my respect in the world, because that's a challenge for even rappers. A lot of rappers don't even sound um like their actual albums when they do their live shows. Hey, look, hey, cuz not for nothing, and I say this with all due respect, Slim from 112. But 112 as a collective under the Diddler, fire. But there's no way you can safely sit and say a dude coming in the booth and you hear, I can see you over there, just chilling with your girlfriends. Can't believe you're by yourself. You should be here with me. You can't say that. He killed that. You can never say that. So, and I do think from just a tone perspective that Jacquees is better than Slim from 112. And look, and I'll just say it, I think he's a better singer than Ray J. You know what I mean? Like there's just some people I don't, you know what I'm saying? It's I don't no, ain't not the Star Spangled Banner ain't on there, but that's another funny one. But I do think that it's worth your listen. I will I'll tell y'all that the environment to listen to this album, I think definitely if you just on the lust mission, boom. Like for many of you that are out there that are single or just, doing what you do. If you are, you know, in the market for someone a little younger than you. You know what I'm saying? Like, so Jacquees is 30, so you're 25 to 32s out there. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully, if you're skewing younger than 25, that you're no older than 30. And I would pray for that, but I'm not here to judge you. But if you're trying to, impress your local OnlyFans chick, or you trying to get the quick hit off the social media link, I think they're gonna melt for this. You know what I'm saying? A more sophisticated woman, maybe it's a few of these joints. I do think Drip would be the one for them. Maybe Sex Like This, you know what I'm saying? Sunrise Service and Baby Make. And look, I'm saying the ones that I think that are the best. Like, I couldn't see a woman in my age range or age bracket over 35 um getting up to Margella Sex. Even the concept of it isn't necessarily great. You know what I'm saying? It's a song. Hey, look, Designer Sex. If you didn't think there was, if you thought you only had 99 types of sex, oh no, there's one more, Margella Sex. But I couldn't see anybody in my age range like listening to that and being like, yeah, now it's ready for you. Let me see. Heard you need that bottle of water. Yeah, hey, his voice to be so dry. Is it giving ready vibes? If you mean by ready, Trey Songz ready, yes, but ready by Trey Songz was very much more adult. It's I'll say this: if I have one knock about Jacquees' album, it's you can just tell that it's written by a young man. And that's not a bad thing at all, because hey, at least he is writing. And he's probably got other young writers with him. And I think that there is just some things where at some moments they're just trying a little too hard to say something different to make the song sound different than like a lot of standard love song formats. The production, I think, is fire. It's just the lyricism and maybe some of the structuring. Well, you know what? Not even the structuring. I think the structures of the songs are great. Let me rephrase it. I think the structure of the songs are great. It's just some of the lyrics. And again, it could be because I'm made in 1980s. I'm over 40 years old. So there's just maybe I would have said some of the same things at 29, 30. I don't know. But um I think for everything that it lacks in just maturity to a degree, I think you make up with it with great production. I think you make up with it with a good hooks, good bridges, um, just the repetitive, but like slow tempo sex music. You know, you get that. You can vibe to this, which is where I want to go with as far as the environments to play it. So again, you got your young slide. Okay, you're there. But also, I think this is a great just it's a good highway album. It's a good night drive album. I heard this Saturday and it was dark. I'm on the way downtown, and just the feel of this turned up to 35, 35, 40. um the way the beats ride and blend together and mesh together, it literally it just feels good to have something like that on in the car, you know. I don't necessarily get into the guys that are writing the love songs for drugs, you know. I don't believe in rocking out to drug. I mean, well, they're drug songs, but songs about narcotics, especially when you're not even trying to conceal it. Like they don't even call it something cool like the people of the 60s and 70s did. You know, it used to be riding the white horse. Now it's on that powder. You know, it's like, dang, like dog, sell me. You know what I'm saying? Sell me on why I should do coke too, or pop pills too, or drink lean too. Like they're just like they're horrible salesmen at drugs. That's how you know that they're really on it, because they don't even know how to sell it. Like, look, I'm doing it. I don't know if you're doing it. I'm doing it, and that's all we're doing. And I guess, but um, I just like to hear music that potentially could attract women. Nice grooves, nice aesthetics, nice sonics, and a little nastiness never hurt anybody. So that's why I love it for just a riding environment. Let me go to the comments. I got to catch up because y'all are cracking me up. No, we will it make a lady want to hop in the bed ready. Oh, hey, again, I think I think it depends on the demo. There's a few songs that you can definitely throw on. Again, I think my favorite ones are the ones, but when I'm around her, it's also not a bad joint. You know, I say middle of the night, also not a bad joint. But again, there's a lot of there's some young guy, young developing guy that they're not necessarily ahead of their time. Like when Jonte Austin wrote the Ideals, um, Get Gone, he was like in high school. Like some people are just ahead of their time with lyrics they really meant to do it, and some people work hard enough and they put in enough work and then they become great. So I think this is the way to figure that out for them. So you're not selling it because I love the whole I love whole albums. I want to hear a dope body of work. Hey, and you know what? So cuz let me tell you, it's 10 songs on here. I think 4 to 5 are genuinely fire. And the other 5, even if you tune out lyrically, the beats will carry you through it. And for R&B, I think that's okay. You can't for some rap albums, I'm like, I don't know. But for R&B albums, hopefully, if you and whoever you're with are enjoying the album, you're gonna tune out anyway by track 3 or 4. You know, the question is, has Krista heard it? No, I don't know. I should have asked her. I don't think she's heard it yet because I haven't I did the car test solo. So, but I will say Krista will be the first person to tell me that something is garbage and to turn it off. And then and she'll be like, yo, I'm not feeling this. And then I gotta shut off the music, even if it's in my car. She's crazy. But you know, I, I'll say that again, I'm not here to oversell or undersell. You know what I'm saying? I think Jacquees is um I think he's a good artist. I think he's a good artist. In the R&B space, great. Where with the today, present day, the bar is like Lucky Day. But yo, Mario's still out here rocking. When Bruno Mars decides he wants to do R&B, that's a problem. Tone Stiff is out here, Stir, Blast, and a lot of these guys are great. Ty Dolla Sign, Jeremiah. Some of these guys are some of the biggest and best pens in the game right now. And hey, look, at the same time, I tremendously salute Jacquees for like, yo, we about to get our thing together though. We trying to be y'all. We're not trying to collab with y'all. We trying to, supersede y'all. I don't know what the deal is, but I would love to hear how Jacquees sounds on a song written and produced by Ty Dolla Sign. Or if hey, look, if Victoria Monet write him something, or just any of the other people. I would like to see him and Coco Jones collab. Even though, again, it could be a vocal slaughter because Coco can really sing and she can really sing live. So so maybe I'm setting him up to hold L too big for his own good. But you know what I'm saying. But you know, there is yeah, hey Brown, hey yo, Chris Breezy, Briss Brown, you know what I'm saying? If he was to give him a joint or maybe do a collab with him, he'd probably be out of here. But I do commend him. I do commend him for uh putting his best foot forward out there with his writing and production team, and they doing it because it looks like they did the entire album from the credits I was reading earlier. None of the names I truly recognized, and that's again, that's not a bad thing. That's new blood in the music industry. That's new life. That's new people writing and getting their new ideas out, man. And that's phenomenal. That's what we should always be in support of. The groove beat is right. I usually zone out from lyrics anyway. It's just yeah, hey, no, for sure, for sure. You know what I'm saying? Um, that would be a you always want to try to zone out to the music and be like, man, that was so dope. I mean, I'm sure he sent some fire, but I mean, hey, I will just let's do it again. And not for nothing, that is what happened to me when I was listening to this album. Um, it had played twice, and I had realized I'm like, wait, I think I heard this earlier. And then so the album, I think, just on the run got 3 plays out of it, and then I played it again right before I got on live with y'all. So I had to listen to it at least 5 times since Saturday. That's how smooth it rides, though. That's how smooth it rides. Um, and you may even like a few joints on there. Hey, no, hey, cuz in true fashion, there are no features. He out here J. Coleing it, right? That's what they say. We J. Coleing it. Like, no, it's just him for most of this, and it looks like just a couple producers, like Nash B, Woody the Great, uh, Young Maestro, Ronnie Jackson. They're the producers, for I think a few of the joints, but uh for the most part, Kendrick Brown and Jacquees are the writers for the album. For most of it, there's a couple people. There's a couple people added. So I don't honestly, I don't know if these are actual musicians or producers or people they may have sampled, but no, that he did this album by himself, all inclusive. And for real, I'll be real, it's not bad. Um, my R&B scale out of 5, out of 5. No, I'll go 3.5. I'll go 3.5. Again, I love the production of this album. The production of this album is great. Like, everybody did their part. They slaughtered this production-wise. And Jacquees sounds good enough, and he's talking just right enough to make this album be on repeat. And again, just to calibrate everyone correctly, I think depending on how old you are, depending on how much you love this album. Much like that's it about Glorilla, but I still feel that way about Jacquees too. Again, the man just turned 30. Some of us are still holding him to the standard of when we seen him the first time at like 23. So, you know, you have to let the young man grow up and hear what he's talking about today. Um, the bar is far from low in R&B. There's too many people out here. I haven't given it the full listen that makes it review worthy, but that Leon Bridges, that's a problem. I wanted to. Oh, I mean Victoria Monet, as far as R&B goes, she slaughtered with Jaguar 2 and the deluxe version that just came out. Again, I'm big on Tone Stith. Smoking in the Park is one of my favorite joints. Bryson Tiller came back this year. I probably will. No, I may not review that one. I may not have time. No disrespect, but it's a cat named Full Crate. They out here, they doing their thing. So there's a lot of good R&B that exists, and the only reason why I just can't throw them in that 4 to 5 range is just, for me, when you're talking 4 or 5s for R&B, then we really talking about how great singing is, because we've watched great singers get some of the most heinous bars off in songs, and Jacquees ain't quite there yet. When you're singing the phone book great, then you get into the 4 or 5 range for me, or at least I'm just impressed by your vocal ability. Or if it's got to be a total package thing. Not for nothing, I know people just hate to bring them up, but R. Kelly got so much flagrant stuff off is because he sings so well. Like he sings that well. He can get flagrant just rhetoric off, flagrant conversation off, and he produced like a madman. You can say anything when you're saying it with the right tempo. And but I mean, I just commend the young brothers. They writing, they trying to bring nasty energy back to the game. It's perfect for cuffing season and holiday season. It's gonna get colder wherever you are. Big spoon something. This album, and he's even saying it verbatim on the title track, Baby Megan. Hey, he trying to get you to put it in and leave it there. Put the oven on high. That's what he wants from this album. And it's good. It's dope. 3.5. I was impressed. I love an album that can ride. I love albums with great production front to back. I like something just for the ladies. Something cooler for the ladies, that they not calling them the B word and the H word, and we talking about how they did us wrong. You got to get her back, and how you got her doing drugs, and how she strung out, how that's your baby mama, but you about to hit her friend. Like, all that kind of R&B is super garbage to me. And Baby Making by Jacquees ain't none of that, so it wins for me. That's what I got. And I appreciate y'all checking out the live, man. Hey, this is the second review today. Thank y'all for rocking with me, getting the 2 a day out. That's what she said. Hey, I haven't decided what album I should do, but hey, please stay tuned every Tuesday. Tuesday nights, 9 o'clock for sure. We're gonna hop on here, and when I listen to music, I'm gonna tell you what I think about it. Hopefully, you want to hear the music yourself, or um, I just confirm your fandom or disdain for whoever I'm talking about. I'm actually here for either outcome. It's been real, y'all. It's been fun. Thank you so much for tuning in and listening. Until next time, you know it because it's consensual. It's love.